I'm Neil Black, I'm the chairman of the Nottingham Panthers. Before we start, I wanted to thank Richard and the Salt Box for very kindly hosting this event. Very kind of them. Hope you'll give it plenty of support. It's a good place. It's a very good place we've got here, and we're very lucky to have it. So, open floor. We could I think we should just go with questions, whatever, randomly. But if it goes very, very randomly, then maybe we'll try to section it into sort of stuff about the Panthers, stuff about the league, stuff about ice cream in general. But let's just see how it goes. So, fire away. Don't worry, and whatever you ask, I'm not going to take it personally, by the way. I know you're going to be writing your name down and getting into trouble, so go ahead. Right, over there, sir. I don't think you've got a mic, so you're going to have to just shout. Right, sorry, I heard. We haven't got another mic. Okay. I'm really sorry, but do you want to maybe come up and ask? You come up and ask the questions everyone hears. Okay.
All we're saying, for the third or fourth consecutive year, we seem to suffer terribly with injuries amongst the squad, and that's cost us a lot of games. And that seems to coincide with we stopped having a strength and conditioning coach. Do you think that's a coincidence? And if you think it's not a coincidence, will we have one next year?
Okay, well, I don't know if it's a coincidence because some of the injuries that we suffered certainly this season probably would, I'm thinking of Jeff Dibben, Jason Williams, for example. I don't think they would have been any different with a conditioning coach, but the point is well taken, and we have actually got a strength coach on board this season. We didn't have one in the last couple of years. There's certainly, in the future, we should definitely be having one. We had a few issues in the past with, let's just say, the recommendations necessarily coming from outside parties as against our own physio team for players. But going forward, I think the answer is definitely yes. We need to have a much, I believe, fitter, healthier, the fitter, the healthier, and possibly the younger the squad. Obviously, probably the better the probability that we have less injuries. It's not an easy one. I'm sure there's going to come up about other questions about replacements and all that stuff. But the coach would say we've just been very unlucky the last few years. I think when it happens 3 years in a row, it might be more than just bad luck. Okay, next question.
Yeah, my question is, with the standing of the club, the attendances we get, why do we lag so far behind other teams with regards to media, off-ice and engagement with fans?
Okay. I wasn't surprised in that question you do. Look, obviously I'm going to say that we don't lack a great deal compared to some other clubs. We'll probably get more media than most clubs. We've got a pretty good following. And I suppose I could just say that the proof of the pudding's in the eating. I mean, the fact that we get loads of people to our games is because we work very hard at our media, and believe it or not, we're doing things every day, we just don't turn up. So we're doing our best. I think we were, definitely a few years ago, we were a bit slow to embrace new media, let's just say. And I'd say that we're evolving that process. For instance, we're doing stuff like the highlights now from the games. They're coming out within certainly 24 hours of the game taking place. We're definitely more engaged. I think one of the things that I would say the club is maybe different than some other clubs is we prefer not to gossip. And if gossip means being out in the media, then you're right, we're not going to be doing that. There are lots of clubs that just like to talk about other teams and other teams signing other players and and spend their time on forums and chat rooms and spreading stuff, and more we might be signing in. Our style has always been, we don't really talk about players until we've signed them. We don't really talk about other clubs. We're not interested in showing who anyone else signs. We're not interested in that kind of stuff, which does go against the grain, because most of the clubs spend their day talking about other teams, and that's just not our style. So that probably won't change.
Which is fair enough. Which is fair enough. I agree with that.
Yeah. But there's no doubt about it. I mean, new media, is a key part of communication now, and we're definitely interested in communicating better with fans. And we do lots of fan events, which are all very well attended. We do lots of, things in the community, to say the least. We're very, very high profile in the community. Maybe what we should be doing more, which other clubs like to do, is just sort of, blowing our own trumpet. That's not our style. Okay?
Hi, Andy Thornton. Have you got any views on the proposed supporters trust, and is it something that you think the management of the club will positively engage with?
Have I got any views on supporter trust? I'm very keen on fan passion, indeed. So, they have to see how it turns out in terms of fan passion. I'm very keen myself. In fact, we've been discussing ourselves about having some fan involvement, to have some sort of, forums, etc., etc. The only problem is, all I'd say is, I don't mind fan passion, and we don't mind hearing ideas and that kind of stuff, but there's a thin line between us kind of people wanting to know facts about the team and thinking that they're going to be in with other people and that kind of stuff. So we're not going to encourage that at all. We're not, like I said, gossiping is not our style. So I'm more than happy to hear from any person like tonight about what we should do better, what we should to do work, what we don't do very well, where we can improve the whole Panthers Ice Hockey Club. But every single game, without doubt, every single fan's got a different opinion on whether the music's good or the music's bad, whether the tunnel, whether our big bear is nice or isn't nice, whether this player's lousy or this player's no good, whether this player's lazy or he's not lazy. So, if we'd have done that over the years, or we'd even done it this season, we would have sacked every single player in the team. If I just followed what I hear people think about people. So that's, that's just generally, the answer to trust is I'm very interested in fan passion. And if out of that comes good ideas, constructive stuff that can be good for the club, then I'm more in favour of it.
So will there be representation
From us?
Yeah.
From the club? No, because I think it's up to this group of people to formulate their own ideas of what they want to do, and then they can come to they can come and tell us what suggestions are. But we have lots of engagement with lots of people all the time. I mean, it's not like we don't listen to anybody, we hear things. So we are engaging with lots of people all day long. If people want to, form a group in order to make suggestions, then we'll be very happy to hear them. But again, it goes back to this thing. I mean, if we had to go to everything that everybody told us to go to, then we'd be going to something literally every single day. But we're very interested to hear what good is going to come out of it. Okay.
Oh, my name's Kate, and I'm just wondering, are we going to be starting to do webcasts?
The answer to that is absolute no. It's my view that, and I appreciate that we might be in the minority, even though other clubs are now changing their mind for next season. The point about the webcast is, if we've got a sold-out building I can understand the logic possibly in allowing fans who can't buy a ticket to hear the game, whether that actually would be a webcast or whether that would be an audio cast. That's a different opinion, because I happen to think hockey's better on the radio than a webcast. But the question at the end of the day for us running the club is that it's our view, the management, certainly including myself, is that all webcasting will do is severely reduce our income, which will allow us to have less money to spend on players. And those people that I speak to, who are doing it at the moment, are now sharing the exact same opinion.
Can you have people here now? Can you do a show of hands?
No, I could do a show of hands, but it won't serve any purpose to me whatsoever. I mean, I appreciate there are going to be people that might want to be able to see a game for £10,